Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Central Valley TV. I'm your host, Carlos Franco, and we're here live for some exciting football. The Central Valley Heat taking on the Night Raptors, and they're coming from Alameda County. We're here live at Edison High School and here in Stockton, California, and we're about to kick off here. The Heat are kicking off there in their black jerseys, and here we go for the kickoff.
And there's the kickoff.
That's a live ball. Picked up by number 25, I believe, or 23, one of the upbacks. That's number 23, taking down my number 69, who I spoke to early on. Told me his jersey number was wrong on here, and I'm not sure what number it was. That he was listed as someone else. So sorry about that, 69 there. But that ball was picked up by the upback, number 23. And that's Javari Pfeiffer. Decided to take it on his own, so the Night Raptors come into today's game. They're 1-4, and their coach is Leroy Jones, and their home field is Monroe Catholic in Hayward, California. I'm a former Cal State Pioneer, and I recall going to those games out there at Hayward, California. So now the Night Raptors are going to take over. Number 17 is operating the offense. That's Oliver Zversky. He's a quarterback from San Francisco, California. Played collegiately at Albany State. Looked really good throwing the ball in warm-up. So here we go, live action. He's under some pressure right away from Nick Angelo, who's leading the team in sacks. He has 8 sacks and had an impressive game last week versus the Mustangs. Now, speaking of the Lancaster Mustangs, both teams here have their only win is versus the Lancaster Mustangs this year. So both teams come in, they're 1-5, 1-4, excuse me. Have that mutual opponent that they both beat, and now they're playing themselves here on this day that all of a sudden the clouds stopped raining there. It was pretty wet early on in the day, but the sun came out and we're playing football here, and we look like a little bit of confusion on the coverage there as the top of your screen, the number 2 receiver is uncovered, and they're talking to one of the DBs. Martinez is talking to the safety to get someone over there. Number 17 goes back to pass. Decides to keep it himself, and he's going to run out of bounds, escorted out of bounds over there by number 18. That's Sean Bowman, Tracy, California, out of Tennyson High School, another Hayward school, via Kimball High School. So we're talking a little bit about Oliver Zversky, the quarterback, because he was not as a leading stat person for the team. So he hadn't thrown any, according to stats, he was not their starting quarterback. So this might be his first start. And he's listed from Albany State, so he's going to have some collegiate experience. As he comes out, looking to his right, and he gets a low snap, taken down immediately by Angelo. And that's a heat wave back there, a lot of black jerseys. Now, speaking of the jerseys, they are, if you notice, the jerseys have a pink and blue, and that's in honor of, excuse me, they're fixing the clock. So that's in honor of autism and also breast cancer. So when you see their jerseys, that's something, an awareness that the Heat would like to get out there to the fans and the people in general. As the Night Raptors line up, they're going to punt. Well, at least it appears that they're going to punt. And the officials take a timeout. Or no, the Night Raptors take their first timeout as Coach Jones didn't like what he saw, or maybe a little bit of confusion on the special teams. Now, this is the CFCA, and the CFCA is an adult developmental football league. And a lot of the guys that play, they play both ways. I talked about how some of them play offense, defense, special teams, different positions. Sometimes you'll see a jersey number where, for example, a jersey number of 1 through, we'll say 39, playing offensive line, which is a no-no. You can't do that in other leagues. But here it goes because a lot of guys are playing different spots. So some of the jersey numbers won't match up for what you're normally used to seeing, we'll say. And that's because the guys are playing Ironman football and playing different positions. So here we go with the punt attempt, and we got number 27 back deep to receive. That's Peyton. for the Heat. And it's a low snap. It bounces back there. The punter gets it off. I think Payton's going to stay away from that. Uh-oh. And it rolls out of bounds where the Heat are going to take over 1st and 10.
And the Central Valley Heat will take over. 13:41 to go here.
Now, the Heat is coming off their first win of the year. It was exciting and all the way to the end. It came down to the last play of the game where we had an interception by Junior in the final play of the game. The offense has struggled all year in regards to points. They have put up some impressive numbers. McLeod, the quarterback, he's thrown for 532 yards. Sally's rushed for 300. Martinez has been a weapon. Running the football, has 80 yards rushing and 300 receiving. However, the big number here is they have yet to get the ball in the end zone there. They did score last week on a kickoff return, and here we go with McLeod putting a person in motion. Gives the ball to leading rusher, Sally, running behind his big offensive line. So, as I mentioned, the offense has moved the ball very well. The problem is when you get close to the end zone, something always goes wrong, it seems. And what I mean by that is they've been their own worst enemy in regards to turnovers, penalties, and those types of things. Last week, the defense played great, did not give up a touchdown. The touchdown was off a fumble that the Lancaster Mustangs had a scoop and score. So the defense has been pretty solid. They've been on the field quite a bit this year. And what's been going on the offense has to sustain some drives and put the ball in the end zone as McLeod comes out, puts number 3 in motion, gives the ball to Sally, and he's hit immediately. He'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd down. So 3rd down here, and not sure if the coach decided to take a timeout because Coach Rivera, he's out on the 30-yard line. No, he's talking to McLeod. So the Night Raptors going back to CFCA. That's just a cool name. That's another thing that you get here in this adult developmental league where you'll hear some names of players. Last week we had a receiver named Cheetah. And I mentioned you had to be a receiver named Cheetah. I mean, if you have to play receiver if that's your name. You couldn't be a lineman and say, hey, I'm Cheetah. No one will believe you. So this team here is also called the Night Raptors. That's pretty cool as well. And here comes McLeod. He looks like he's changing the play. And he's got some pressure coming off to his right. He wisely throws the ball across the middle. Complete 1st down. I'm not sure what the number was, if that was number 26, I believe. If that was 26, that's Asani Carr. So that was Modesto Junior College to Modesto Junior College. The Pirate connection there. Carr played his collegiate ball at MJC, and he's out of Ceres, California. So that's a big 1st down. The Heat are moving. They're at midfield. McLeod's bringing in the play. And let's see what's going on here with the white cap. Now, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors that help make this happen. You know, we have a lot of volunteers here. Central Valley TV is, Central Valley TV is bringing this broadcast to you live. And McLeod hands the ball off to Sally. Sally breaking some tackles. And that's a swarm of Night Raptors over there. If you'll excuse me real quick, I need to remove the headsets real quick. So if I miss the next play, I apologize. I have to. We wear many hats up here, so I have to do something in the press box. Excuse me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Sorry, I had to let Coach Joshua Larson into the press box up here. He's the head coach of the Central Valley Heat, and he's also a player coach. And he was talking about his injury last week to us before the game, and so he's out today. So McLeod comes out with trips to his left, side cart to his left, and he's looking left. Throws the ball out to Frankie Martinez, catches the ball. Nice open field tackle by number 28, Chris Anderson. he had some help there, but he's out of Marina, California. And he noted that he's a proud alum of Crenshaw Elementary. So I like that Coach Rivera getting the ball to Frankie Martinez. We talked about him as he does quite a lot of things here for the Heat. He's the leading receiver, the second leading rusher on the team. So he's going to be touching the ball quite a bit today. So he picks up about 3. We're looking about 2nd and 7. And as I was mentioning before, as I had to open the door for Coach Larson, Central Valley TV is bringing you this broadcast. We've covered the first 2 games of the year as well. You could view those on our YouTube channel. And McLeod decides to keep this one. Gets behind that big offensive line. Now McLeod's a big guy himself, so that's a lot of pounds, we'll say, going forward. And he picks up maybe about 2 or 3. So going back to our sponsors, we have Rough Road Adventures, also is one of our sponsors. Dynamic Security, Daniel Villa Art Studios, Chef Omar is always cooking up a great spread here. And you can also get the food to go. As here we go. McLeod doesn't like what he sees, decides to take a timeout. And Coach Rivera goes out, and they're going to talk this over. So we're going to go back to Chef Omar here. They're announcing here on the intercom that there's plenty of food. And as I mentioned, you could get that to go if you come into the stadium. Chef Omar is here to take care of you. Now, we're having a little bit of problem over there with the sticks, first down markers. We don't have anyone holding up the down marker right now. Not sure if it's not working, but it's 3rd down right now. And going on a hard count, and there's a penalty marker. And that's going to go against the Knight Raptors. So that's going to move the Heat up a little bit closer to the first down marker. And as I mentioned, it's 3rd down. So it's going to be 3rd and about 1. You guys back home could probably see at the top of your screen that there's no marker up there. So here we go. McLeod getting behind that offensive line. Doing the tush push. And it's going to pick up a first down. First down Heat. All right, we mentioned how the Heat have been very successful. They've been very efficient when they move the ball. It's just when they get close, get in that red zone, they've been their own worst enemy. So McLeod has carried the ball the last few times there. Picks up a first down. And as he comes out, he surveys the field. He's looking to his right, looks to his left. He's got 10's personnel, 2 receivers to either side. Light in the box here. Decides to keep it. Rolls out to his right. Nice completion on what looked like a hitch route. And I can't make out that number. Like I said, these jerseys are really cool. And they're for a great cause. But sometimes it's a little bit difficult to see those numbers. So that was number 14 at the top of your screen that made that catch, DJ Morgan, Kimball High School. So it's going to be 2nd and about 5. Oh, high snap. McLeod's rolling out, a little scramble drill. Oh, no. That pass was intended for number 1. Martinez at number 25. Almost got a gift there, Eric Johnson. Could have been an interception there. So as we go back here, so I believe now, let's see, so that's going to be third down. It's going to be third and about 5. So McLeod's giving the signal here to his receiver to his left. And here he comes out, rolling out. He's under some pressure coming from the backside. Wisely throws that ball out of bounds. I don't know if you noticed back home, McLeod gave him a little hand signal to his receiver. And then now he's looking at the receiver. He's like, hey, man, you didn't see the signal? The guy in the press box saw the signal, man. So he's a little bit upset about that because he wanted one thing, gave the signal to his receiver, and I don't think the receiver got it because when he rolled out. So now I believe it's going to be fourth down. It is fourth down. So we're looking at about 4th and 6. And they're definitely going to go for it. So McLeod's coming out. He's in 20s personnel now. Goes in motion. And decides to hand the ball off to Sally. Sally reaching for the first down. He's going to be well short. And that's going to be first down for the Night Raptors as their defense holds. So first down. The Heat do not convert on that fourth down. What's the confusion here? No, there's a little bit of confusion going on here. Okay, so let's start again, ladies and gentlemen. There is no yard mark or down marker. The referee, the side judge, has signaled fourth down. Sally was short of the first down. And now they're talking about it there. So as I was mentioning, that would be first down. Yeah, so it would be, yes, correct, first down for the Night Raptors. Well, not having that yard marker, that down marker, I should say, is a big deal. Sometimes maybe we take it for granted, but it's a huge deal because we were not sure. Some people were not sure what down it was. So here we go. They're going to have first down. The Night Raptors come out. Mentioned that their quarterback is Oliver Zversky. He's coming out operating the offense for them. As the Heat defense is back now on the field. And they're trying to sort this out. Okay, so we have some receivers uncovered again down here at the bottom. Now the safety comes over. There we go. We're all lined up correctly, and ball is snapped. Zversky's pass is complete. Number 17 out there for the Heat making that tackle. That's Nick Angelo. That's going to be second down, I believe, maybe. Got back to the line of scrimmage, if that. Maybe picked up a yard. As the Night Raptors are going to have second down. So Zversky is operating out of the pistol. 2 receivers to either side. As the safeties are playing pretty far off the ball here for the Heat. Zversky's going to throw to number 16. Number 16 is tackled by 56. So 16, that's there's 2 names on here. So it's either Lampley or Gillespie. Not sure who that was. And on the tackle for the Heat was Matthew Martinez.
For the Raptor 9, Mike Lampley.
So now we're looking at third down. And they're taking their time to come out the huddle. There's maybe a little bit of a confusion. As I mentioned, new quarterback in. While they come out there ready to go. Third down, third and about 10. Sissy goes back to pass under some pressure. Steps up in the pocket, has two receivers. Oh, off the hands of number 3. Zversky gave him a chance. That ball was there, intended for number 3. That's Norman. And they just don't connect on it. Had two receivers in the same area. That's not a positive. However, that was a very catchable ball. Zversky gave his guy a chance, and that's going to be 4th and 10. So I assume that the Raptors are going to punt.
Fourth down and extra long.
As number 11, that's Junior Williams, goes back to receive the punt. Junior Williams had that big interception last week to seal the deal, seal the first win of the season for the Heat. He's the Delta college product. Played for Coach Barlow there at San Joaquin Delta. As number 75 is racing off the field and someone else is running in. So we have a delay of game versus the Night Raptors.
Delay game.
Can't emphasize how important special teams are. I know sometimes it's everybody knows who the quarterback is, who's the defensive back, who's the running back, who's the linebacker, but you got to take into consideration the special teams. Who's the punter, who's the snapper. It's the third phase of football. It's a very important phase of football, and sometimes it gets overlooked. So here we go on the punt attempt. And Junior, he fields it. He's going to cut back, picks up some blockers. Junior's still on his feet. Oh, he's going to pick up another. Oh, no. That might be a penalty. And is not. And there is the penalty. Junior with the big return. For a second, I thought we were going to get a clipping. You teach your players, if you can see the back of his jersey, don't touch him. But I don't know if that was the call. But Junior with a gutsy punt return, picked that ball up and took off with it. So we'll see what the call is. As we wait, we'll see what the Whitecap does. Come over here, talk to his colleagues.
7:18 to go.
So we got a personal foul, and that's going to go against the Heat. So that's going to be 15. And once again, a big positive play by the Heat and a penalty. As I mentioned, been their worst enemies here. So it's going to be first down for McLeod and the Heat. As he surveys the field, 10's personnel, and he takes the snap, rolls to his left, and he's going to get sacked. That's going to be number 29 and number 54 of the Night Raptors. So that's going to be, there's two number 29s, Landry or Brooks, I believe. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correct. Blason. And 59. 54, excuse me. I apologize. Bernal. As I mentioned, there's a couple of repeats here, double jerseys on this roster, so we'll do the best we can to get you the names. So we got a little bit of confusion. Ball was snapped. Receivers were not set and ready, and no problem. McLeod stays cool under pressure, throws the ball out to the single receiver side, complete to number 14, DJ Morgan. Now, I mentioned that McLeod, he's put up some really good numbers. I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, he's thrown for 532 yards. He's completed about 50 passes. The thing is getting the ball in the end zone. And then the penalties. And now we go down to, we've got a timeout. And that's the end of the first quarter. The score 0-0 here. You're watching Central Valley TV. We're at Edison High School in Stockton, California. Scoreboard froze up on us. So it is 0-0. The Night Raptors out of Alameda County, who call Monroe Catholic High School in Hayward, California, their home field. They are here at Edison High School in Stockton to take on the Central Valley Heat. So this will be the first play of the second quarter. You're watching Central Valley TV. This is the CFCA, Adult Developmental Football League. And the teams in the Adult Developmental League are the North Bay Rattlers, River City Tigers, East Bay Rogue, California Buckeyes, Mid-Valley Wolfpack, Valley Jets, Bakersfield Hawks, Bay Delta Nightmares, Alameda County Night Raptors, Reno Raiders, NorCal Stampede, Lancaster Mustangs, and your Central Valley Heat. And so this will be the first play of the second quarter. McLeod, looking at the bottom of your screen, lets it fly, and it's incomplete. So that was the first play of the second quarter. And the referees are signaling fourth down. So let's see what the Heat decides to do here. McLeod serves as the punter as well. And of course, you can't ignore the fact that he's the quarterback because he can throw the ball, run a fake. And looks like we got another timeout here. Coach Jones runs out on the field. So Coach Jones takes a timeout. So we'll take some time to thank our sponsors, Rough Road Adventures, Dynamic Security. So if you need any cameras, security, anything like that, they take care of that for you, Dynamic Security. We have Central Valley TV, Daniel Villa Art Studios, and a lot of volunteers here to help bring this event to you. You know, and if you have time, to come out to a game. I know this is our final home game for the Central Valley Heat. You can follow us on social media. Maybe you go to an away game or just attend a game in the CFCA, Adult Developmental League. As I mentioned, there's a team in Reno as well as throughout California. And the punt by McLeod is a nice punt. And it takes a Night Raptor bounce. But then there was a hit there that maybe is attracted attention of the referee as a penalty marker flew. It might be something like a personal foul hitting a defenseless player possibly. Not sure. But we're going to find out here as the referees are talking about that at midfield. So the referees are talking about that. And we're in the second quarter. The score is 0-0 here at Edison High School, Stockton, California. Stockton Unified has some really nice facilities. We've been to Cesar Chavez this year already here with the Heat. We were also at the Great Bowl in Lodi. That was always fun to go to the Great Bowl. So we've got a personal foul. It's going to go against the Heat. It's going to be an additional 15 yards. As I mentioned, it's hitting a pretty much a defensive player. Once again, another mistake. Can't get those penalties if you're a fan of the Heat, but they've been all year. They've been committing these penalties that have been costly. So that gives the Night Raptors an additional 15 yards. Looking here at the bottom of your screen, top of your screen, excuse me. And there you go with the screen. Looks like a little tunnel screen complete to number 20. Picked up a nice block by his teammates. The lineman got downfield. Number 20. There's two number 20s. It's either Taylor or Catano. And Svirsky threw a nice ball there. Really nice to see the lineman get upfield. And he had a nice block by his receiver there, the number 2 receiver. That's Gillespie or Lampley. Set it up well for him as well. So Svirsky surveying the field. Goes back to the gentleman I just mentioned, or one of the two gentlemen. As I mentioned, there's two number 16, so Lampley or Gillespie, who on the prior play had a really nice block for his teammate. Now he's the guy catching the ball, and he picks up the first down. And the Night Raptors are rolling. First down. Looks like they're finding a little rhythm. Svirsky's throwing a very nice ball. As I mentioned in warm-ups, I was like, who's this guy? I didn't know who he was. He wasn't on my original roster. But we're getting to know him now as he's going up to his receivers. So they're going to empty. There's 5 receivers, so empty backfield. And someone's on, oh boy, timeout. No penalty, excuse me. There's a penalty marker. Delay a game versus the Night Raptors. As I mentioned, he was talking to all his receivers, see if they change the play or they stay in the same setup here. It's 5 receivers, 3 to the bottom of your screen, 2 to the top. And looks like they might need some help down here at the bottom of the screen. Svirsky goes the other way, holds the ball too long, and he's sacked by number 24 of the Heat. That's Tariq Beasley out of Turlock High School. Beasley with the big sack. So here we go. It's going to be second down, and the Night Raptors stay in that formation. They were moving the ball pretty easily, and then now they got a sack and a penalty. And Svirsky, under some pressure, decides to keep it. Put the ball away there. He's got that ball out. Oh, my goodness. Picks up some blockers, and there are penalty markers everywhere. And, oh, my goodness, as a former coach, player, seeing him run with the ball like that, that's not good. You got to protect the ball, even though, he gets out of bounds. Always protect that football. So we'll find out what happens here, what the penalty was, blocking the back or holding, or maybe something against the Heat, so we'll see. The personal foul, it's going to go against the Night Raptors. So it's going to be second down. So that's going to be from the spot. And we got a little jawing going on over there as the guys are trying to figure out, where do I line up at? Where's the ball? So the ball's set. We're ready to go here. It's going to be second down. So second and about 20 for Alameda. Svirsky has 3 receivers to the short side of the field, to the boundary. I'm not sure why he would do that. Okay, no, he goes to pistol formation now. The receiver lines up in the backfield. It's number 6. Svirsky's ball is batted by Angelo, 17. Last week we talked about him and his sacks, and also some of the other things that the defensive linemen do. We talked about, I used the word sexy, as some stats aren't as sexy as sacks, But the thing is, the defensive linemen, they have pressures, they have pass deflections like you saw there. Those are huge because it throws that quarterback off his rhythm. They got to be in the line of sight. They just got to be back there bothering the quarterback, pushing the offensive lineman into the quarterback, throws off all the rhythm, and the quarterbacks know that they're there. And those are stats that are very important. So here we go. Svirsky goes back to pass, has open receiver. Whoa, 16, touchdown. Night Raptors. Number 16, Gillespie or Lampley, once again, I'm not sure who. There's two number 16s. Zversky hit him, and whoever was at safety there tried to make a tackle and didn't get there on time. So Gillespie or Lampley, whoever that was, scores a touchdown. And that's the first touchdown the Heat have given up, as I mentioned, in about 6 quarters. Last week, the touchdown was on a scoop and score. So the Heat give up a touchdown, and Zversky comes out operating the offense. They're going to go for 2 here with number 6 in the backfield, Felder. Zversky fakes the Felder. Oh, and he bobbles it, and he caught it. He caught it. That's number 84 on the conversion. Number 84, Gray, out of San Leandro, California, San Rafael High School. He was the number 2 receiver. The number 1 receiver basically ran a post route. He just ran a 5-yard out. Got across the end zone, so you got to make sure he was in the end zone. And he does, and he bobbled it. Everybody up here was holding their breath to see if he caught it. Bobbled it, and he caught it. Not the first time. He caught it maybe on the 3rd time. He attempted it and to catch it, and it counts. 2-point conversion. So we're here in the second quarter. Alameda Night Raptors lead the Central Valley Heat 8-0. If you're just joining us, this is the CFCA Football Conference, Adult Developmental League, and you're watching Central Valley TV. The Night Raptors out of Alameda are the visitors. We're here in Stockton, California, Edison High School. Central Valley Heat, your home team here, and the dark jerseys with pink and blue. In regards to the reason they're wearing that is for awareness for breast cancer and for autism. Both teams come into today's contest 1-5. And looking for their second win in the season. As we're going old school here, Charlie Brown and Lucy type. There's no tee, so the guys are going to kick. Holding the ball. And here's the kickoff. Number 11 fields it. He's going to have some people helping him there. He picks up some blockers, and he's hit by number 10, and he's still on his feet. Number 11, Junior Williams, took a shot, and he kept running. Number 10, Jalen Hill came downfield and laid some wood on Junior Williams, and Junior just kept going. Now, Junior Williams, I mentioned earlier, he had that big interception last week to seal the deal, get the first win for the Heat. He's out of Stockton here, local guy, played his football here at Delta College for Coach Barlow. And, man, he took a shot and kept running. That was awesome there by Junior Williams. So now we got to gives his team that return with the help of his teammates, gives 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line of the Heat. We're in the second quarter. The Heat trail the Alameda County Night Raptors 8-0. As they have a substitution, new cornerback in, top of your screen, number 13, and he's got to guard Frankie Martinez. I don't know if McLeod has seen that. Maybe he might smell some blood in the water here and go that way right away. And McLeod is looking over there. And number 42 goes in motion. Looked like a little bit of movement early. 21, Sally the ball carrier. He's the leading rusher on the team with 300 yards coming into tonight's contest. And we got an injured player down. I like what Coach Rivera is doing here with different formations. With the 20s personnel. When I say that's 2 backs, no tight ends. That's 20s. Sometimes we say 10s. That's 1 back, no tight ends. If you have a 1 running back, 1 tight end, it's 11s. I know sometimes it's the football coach lingo, but I like the fact that he's implementing some motion and 2 backs, establishing that run. A good run game is essential for a good passing game, of course, play action and things like that. So we got a player down, and as we do, hoping that he's okay. We want to thank everyone for joining us at Central Valley TV. Thank our sponsors, Rough Road Adventures, Dynamic Security, Daniel Villa, Art Studio, Chef Omar, and we got our player coming off the field here. So Coach Larson is helping him off the field, and Coach Larson himself was hurt. You can see him; he's got his sling on. He a player coach. Very hard to do. I think Dan Reeves might have been the last guy to do that in the NFL. Coach Landry gave him a chance to be a player coach back in the 70s. Oh man, that's some history there, but that was a long time ago. But going back to Larson, he tore his bicep, I believe, so he's out for the season. As we go back to play here, McLeod going to the top of your screen. It's intercepted by number 14, and he might go all the way. 14 taken down, touchdown saving tackle by Sally, along with maybe that was McLeod. Not sure who helped. I know 69 on the tackle. So number 18 with the interception. That's Holland.
Number 14, Alameda with the play. Looks to be 1st and 10 from the 12.
So the night, I believe that was 18, I believe, Holland, that had that interception. If it was not, I apologize there, Mr. Holland. But so the interception gives the Night Raptors a 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line of the Heat. This could be a big scoring swing, as they just scored and had the 2-point conversion now with that interception. And touchdown. Oh, big hit. Number 26 holds on to it. That's Hale. He took a shot from the defensive back of the Heat. Zversky hit him in stride, and touchdown, Night Raptors. That was a big hit by the Heat. I'm not sure what the number was for the defensive back. But nevertheless, he held on to a touchdown. Nice read by Zversky. So they're going to go for 2 again. As I mentioned, the scoring swing here because that interception led to points. So they come out in the Night Raptors come out 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. 10's personnel, but it's a little tight there with the number 3 receiver. They hand the ball off to number 6, and he goes in untouched for the 2-point conversion. Deshaun Felder. So that's going to be a 16-point swing in less than about 2 minutes on the scoreboard, off the time, excuse me. And the Night Raptors are going to receive the kickoff, I believe, too, the second half. Because we're in the second quarter here, ladies and gentlemen. It's 16-0. And the clock is not operative. So we'll do the best we can telling you with the time as we go here. Give you as much information as we can. So as I mentioned, both teams are 1-4. They have beat the same team. They both beat the Lancaster Mustangs. And both teams obviously looking for their second win of the year. It's 16-0. 2 touchdowns by the Night Raptors, and they've gone for 2 points each time. So 2 2-point conversions, 2 touchdowns. That gives you the 16 points. 16-0 Alameda as the Heat await the kickoff.
Stars game. The Young Stars football game epitomizes the spirit of mentorship in sports.
So number 0, that's Murray or Burns. As I mentioned, there are some repeats here set to kick off. And the Heat ready to receive. They've had some big returns this season, and actually even in this game. So we'll see what happens here. And it's an onside kick. And the whistle is blowing, possibly offsides. The side judge threw the flag right away. That's usually what that is. A little bit of tempers flaring there. So the penalty is going to go against the Alameda County team here. So they're going to have to back up and they have to redo it. And there's another penalty marker. And it's like this delay of game. They're going to back him up again. Is that what he just called? I believe he just called another penalty. Coach Rivera is saying, yeah, take him back, take him back.
Kickoff pushed back 5 yards down.
No, I guess they didn't call the second penalty. I saw what Coach Rivera was saying. The referee had signaled the delay of game. He's got to pick up the flag that he threw the first time. There he goes. All right, so now we're set. Here comes the kickoff once again. And here we go. And the Heat have some speed back there. Looks like number 17 is going to pick that up. Or 27. Comes down here at the bottom of your screen, picks up some blockers. That was number 27 on the return for the Heat. That's Peyton at a Menlo Atherton High School. He was taken down by number 29. Again, I don't know if it's Blason or Landry. 2 names on here. That's for Alameda. So here we go. The Heat take over 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Trailing 16 to 0. And there is a timeout taken by the Heat. So anyways, we want to take some time here to thank our sponsors. Rough Road Adventures, Dynamic Security, Daniel Villa Art Studio, Chef Omar, Central Valley TV, and all of the sponsors, volunteers that help out, that come out here and make this event possible. So it's going to be 1st and 10. The score is 16 to 0. We're in the second quarter. McLeod takes the snap, hands the ball off to Sally. And he keeps those legs going, moving the pile. Too many guys for me to name there, but number 14 was involved on the tackle, who is not on our roster. Along with number 25, Eric Johnson. Quite a few Raptors, Night Raptors there. And Sally, he's a good-looking back out of series. Team's leading rusher. So it's going to be 2nd down as he picked up about 8 yards. And McLeod gives it back to Sally again, who gets close to the 1st down. I don't think he got it. We'll find out. Yeah, he did. The second effort there he gave. Wait a minute. Referee is saying, yeah, now he signals first down. They move the chain, so first down Heat.
Yes, Heat first down.
McLeod with two receivers either side. Now the number two receivers are close to the line of scrimmage. As they give the ball to Sally. That's been working for him there. So Sally tackled by number 42, along with number 30. That's McClendon, along with Jamal Pridgen. So it's going to be second down. Sally comes out. So let's see what McLeod formation they decide to run with Sally coming out. Maybe you get a breather. Been doing really well. That offensive line's been doing well. So we have a new running back in. Now, McLeod taken down. Uh-oh. And we have another penalty. McLeod was taken down by number 10 on a blitz. I think the Heat may have been short a player on the field as well. So that may have factored in. I believe they only had 10 players.
Good ball foul. That's a personal foul against the Heat.
So it's going to be a personal foul against the Heat as McLeod took a shot and got sacked. And I mentioned the prior play, Sally had come out, so they were short a player, I believe, and I believe they're still short a player. So we'll see if Coach Rivera see what he decides to dial up here. What offensive formation? As I mentioned, Sally came out. So the Heat are, as I mentioned, I believe they are short a player here. Maybe I was mistaken in one of the sideline players. Then we're up here in the booth, kind of hard to see. Nevertheless, so it's a completion there by McLeod. So now we have a substitution coming in for the Heat. So it's going to be, I believe, fourth down. We mentioned we don't have that first down marker. And McLeod punts this ball away. Number 25 lets it roll, and it takes a Heat bounce. And here we go. So the Night Raptors are going to take over first and 10. Leading the Central Valley Heat 16-0.
About the 48-yard line of Alameda.
So if you're just joining us, it's 16-0, 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions, and we're here at Edison High School in Stockton, California, home of the Vikings and also of your Central Valley Heat. The guests today are the Alameda County Knights, who make their home out of Moreau Catholic High School in Hayward, California. And they've scored on their last 2 drives, aided by some penalties and a turnover. And Swirsky's number 17 being chased by Angelo. Ball ends up thrown out of bounds. There's a penalty marker down. 44 was also back there. That's John. They might call him for a late hit on the quarterback. If so, that'd be 15. And no, they waive the penalty off, so there is no penalty. So that's going to be second down. Sversky talking to his running back, putting him on the left. So he's got two receivers to either side. And they're playing pretty far off here, the defense. And, pass was intended for number 16, Gillespie or Lampley. And Sversky's pass falls incomplete. So that's going to be second down. And Sversky's got three receivers down to the bottom of the screen. One receiver at the top. So Frankie Martinez is up there. Looks like they're playing cover 2. They got two safeties, but corners are playing well. Maybe a variation of cover 4. So Sversky decides to keep it. He's rolling around doing his best Johnny Manziel impersonation here. Going one side, back to the other side. Throws the ball. Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 3. Broken up by number 0. That's Sincon, who leads the team in interceptions. Well, actually tied now with Junior Williams. But so number 0 on the pass coverage. Going to bring up
For number 3, Narvel Norman.
So here we go. Sversky breaking the huddle. Two receivers to either side. He's still looking at the wristband. He's lining people up here. So number 6 on the right side. Now they go empty. 3 receivers top of your screen, 2 to the bottom. Has a formal matchup here. The number 20. And Sversky once again under some pressure. He keeps it. Nice open field tackle there by, I believe that's 33 of the Heat. Was getting up a little bit slow. 33 is Kirk Toney. Nice tackle by him. Got up a little slow though. Hopefully he's okay. So that was 4th down. And the Heat are going to take over 1st and 10 from the 40. 1st and 10 from the Alameda 49-yard line, trailing 16-0, and we're in the second quarter. So the defense holds for the Heat, gives them an opportunity here to get the ball in enemy territory. 1st down.
7:02 to go in this second quarter of play.
So McLeod comes out. 2 receivers to either side. And that nice little quick screen, little hitch route, I should say. Throws the ball right away to number 26. Pass was complete to 26. That's Carr.
Pass complete to number 26, Hassani Carr.
However, he lost about a yard. So Alameda's showing a cover 2. And nice tackle by the defensive end. Was at the bottom of that pile there. That was number 52 and number 30 for Alameda. That's going to be 52 is not on our roster. And number 30 is McClendon. So here we go in regards to the time here. We mentioned that the clock was inoperative. It's 16-0 in favor of Alameda. So this is going to take us to halftime. So we'll be back for the second half of exciting action here of CFCA football. Alameda County Knight Raptors lead the Central Valley Heat 16-0. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for the second half of exciting CFCA football. You're watching Central Valley TV. I'm your host, Carlos Franco. We're here live from Edison High School, Stockton, California, the Central Valley Heat. In the dark colored jerseys We're waiting the kickoff from the Alameda County Knight Raptors. And here's the kickoff. So it looks like number 1, Frankie Martinez fields the kickoff. And he's still on his feet. He's got some blockers. And Frankie is flying. Taken out by out of bounds by number 0. And there's 2 number 0s, Burns or Murray, I'm not sure. But Frankie Martinez with a big return. If you've been following us this year on Central Valley TV, Frankie Martinez has done quite a job this year for the Heat. He is the leading receiver for the Heat. He's also the second leading rusher. So he has 300 yards receiving, another 77 rushing, and that's not including all those big returns he's had this year as well. So as we enter the first play here of the second half, the Heat are trailing Alameda 16-0 as Christopher McLeod, the quarterback, puts his running back number 26 in motion, hands the ball to Sally running behind his offensive line. Nice hole there, opened up by number 98, Joseph Hernandez, along with his teammates. Sally is the leading rusher out of Ceres, California. He's the leading ground gainer for the Heat. He has 300 yards coming into tonight. So as I mentioned, the Heat are trailing 16-0. There was 2 two-point conversions, 2 touchdowns. And we're in the second half. McLeod under some pressure. He's sacked by number 42 of the Knight Raptors. That's Jamal Pridgen out of Sacramento California Oak High School. So that's a big loss there for the Heat. And we don't have a first down marker. I take that back. I said that incorrectly. We don't have a down marker at the top of your screen. You'll see the side judge. He's solo over there. Usually he'll have the down marker next to him. And for some reason, we don't have one. So it's kind of hard to get the signal from the referee being on the far side. Number 26, who's playing a solid game. That's Carr. He's going in and out of the backfield. And then we have a penalty. Going back to Carr, as I mentioned, he's been going in motion quite a bit, like an H-back. He's also played some single back, running back, and he is looking pretty solid. I like the offensive formations that Coach Rivera has been mixing in. So there's a penalty marker. It's going to go against Alameda. So here come the Heat, and they have Carr, once again, comes out of the backfield. Still close to the center of the line there, and its handoff is to, to Sally. Picks up about 2 yards. We mentioned the formations that they're using there. As you can see, Carr was like a lead blocker in that formation. And the give was to Sally, the handoff. As we have number 20, Sway Adams coming into the game. Along with 16, so. So Christopher McLeod comes out. 2 receivers to either side. Tense personnel. And there is a timeout taken by Coach Jones of Alameda. So we want to welcome you back for the second half. I want to thank our sponsors who helped make this event happen and all our volunteers out here for the Central Valley Heat. Our sponsors, Central Valley TV. You can watch the first 2 games of the season are archived there at Central Valley TV. And also you can watch this broadcast as well. I want to thank Dynamic Security. Anything you need with security, look them up. Cameras, security systems. Dynamic Security is a great company, and they are one of our sponsors. We also have Rough Road Adventures. That's a veteran-owned company. We also have Daniel Villa Art Studio, Chef Omar, and we're going to come back here to live play as McLeod is getting ready. Talking number 26, Carr. He goes to the top of your screen. I believe Sway Adams is in the backfield. Oh, low snap. Picked up by number 20. That's Sway Adams. Picked up that low snap, and he's taken down immediately by number 28 of Alameda. That's Chris Anderson. So what's going to happen now is we have a turnover on downs, first down for Alameda, and they were rolling. They were looking pretty sharp. Their offense was clicking. That was aided by some a turnover by the Heat and also some penalties. But Oliver Svirsky out of San Francisco, California, plays collegiately at Albany State at quarterback. He's throwing some touchdowns, throwing some two-point conversions. Looks pretty confident back there. And he has three receivers to the bottom of your screen, looking to the top of the screen. Now he looks back over here, and he's under some pressure from Nick Angelo, and his pass falls incomplete. Intended for number 28, Chris Anderson, or Anthony Leslie. There's two 28s on our roster. As I mentioned, Svirsky's looked really, really good this first half. The first half, I should say. And so this is their first drive of the second half. We're at 13 minutes, 11 seconds into the second half, third quarter. And the Alameda Knight Raptors are leading 16-0. So you got three receivers, bottom of your screen. Little bunch type formation. And the ball's tipped. I believe that was Angelo once again. And we talked about that earlier. That would be a second pass deflection. And that would be the second of today. So, you talk to some defensive line coaches, and they're going to tell their defensive linemen, if you can't get there, get your hands up. One of the triggers that they start to, they'll teach defensive linemen is to look at the quarterback, look at their eyes. Their eyes will get big before they start to throw the ball. And then if you can't get there, put your hands up and hopefully bat that ball or get in his passing lane. So Svirsky, looking at the bottom of your screen, throws the ball complete. Number 16 still on his feet. Taken down by number 1, Martinez, along number 16, Davis. Nice throw by Svirsky, complete to number 16. And as I mentioned, there's two 16s. It's either Lampley or Gillespie. And that's first down. So here we go. First and 10, Alameda. Svirsky controlling the pace here, running the offense very efficiently. Three receivers to the top of the screen. Frankie Martinez and man coverage down here at the bottom. And they're going at Frankie. Oh, pass was intended for number 25. And there's a penalty marker down. Now, that pass was intended for number 25, Johnson. Now, I'm not sure if Frankie pushed him out and then he was the first guy to touch the ball, which he can't be, but the referee would have thrown his hat off. So let's see what the call is here. So it was what I thought. The player went out of bounds. But normally the referee would throw his hat off, so I wasn't sure of the call. Now the rule is a player, if he goes out of bounds, he's forced out of bounds, he can't be the first person to touch the ball. So what happened there was he was the first person to touch the ball, and it's a penalty. All right, so here we go. They get backed up. And Swirsky looking over to the three receiver side, lining guys up, being the general that he is. He's looked really good, as I mentioned. His offensive line's giving him time to throw. And here's Swirsky, feeling confident, throws a strike to number 3. That's Norman or Keys. There's 2 number 3s on our roster. Really well-thrown ball. He had a lot of time to throw the ball, standing upright in that pocket. There's 12 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter. And the Alameda Night Raptors are about to get into the red zone here as they're on the 21-yard line. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Single coverage at the top, and they're going that way. Double move. That's number 25, Johnson. Now, I mentioned Johnson there. He's got a touchdown on the season prior to today, and he has 10 receptions for 95 yards. Also plays defense. Really solid defensive player as well. So they tried the double move at the top of your screen. Pass fell incomplete. And Swirsky had some time to throw. So here we go. Swirsky checking with the center. It's like, what's it on? Don't want to snap the ball too early or too late, right? It'd be offsides on the center. That's always a crazy penalty. All right, so a repeat of the prior play. One-handed catch. No, he can't hold on to it. So pass was intended for number 20. Defended by number 0 over there. I believe that's Sincon. Who they're going at. That's 2 plays in a row. Number 20 also came up with the circus catch there. Dominic Catano or Ian Taylor. Not sure which one. There's 2 number 20s on our roster, man. But that was an almost play, as we call it, and almost only counts in cornhole when you're playing that game. You got to make the catch here. So here we go. There's 3 receivers bottom of your screen. He didn't want the bunch type formation. The spacing seems to be a little bit off with the receivers, but here he goes. So he's looking at the bottom of your screen. He's decided to keep this, stops his feet and throws the ball. Pass falls incomplete. And that was 4th down. And we got a Heat player down. That's 4th down, and the Heat are going to take over on offense. So we have a Heat player down. We have to take this quick moment to point out that the Heat jerseys have pink and blue on the jerseys, if you notice there on your screen. And that's in honor of awareness for autism and also for breast cancer. So the Heat, always thinking about the community and always thinking of others, wanted to bring some awareness and remind everyone to get their yearly checkups and do the things that they can to stay healthy. So speaking of healthy, that's number 44, John, coming off the field. A little bit slow there, but he's coming off on his own power. John plays linebacker, sometimes defensive end. He's always around the football. And, he's a little shaken up there because he's a real tough guy. Trust me, he wouldn't be walking slow if he wasn't really hurt. So So here we go. We mentioned there's no down marker, so that's going to be the Knights still have the football. And Zversky with a snap, looking across the middle. Whoo, big hit there by number 1. That's Frankie Martinez. Pass was intended for number 25. And Frankie Martinez was saying, no way. Johnson went up to catch that ball from Zversky. And Frankie said, nope, not happening on my watch. Frankie Martinez, I was talking about him offensively, what he does for the team, leading the team in receptions, being the second leading rusher. And did I mention that he lays big hits on receivers as well? Well, you just saw that. Frankie Martinez, number 1. He's out of Modesto, California, South Point High School. First down heat, trailing 16-0 with 10 minutes, 50 seconds left in the third quarter. See if McLeod could take him on a nice long drive here as we got a motion here, jet sweep, and a nice tackle. I'll get that jersey number. I believe he was a defensive end. I believe number 1. Roger Hooks. He's got his hooks onto that running back, that receiver coming in motion on that jet sweep. Fought off the offensive lineman and got his arms around the ankles of the ball carrier. Took him down. That was a really nice play, setting the edge there. Number 1. Hooks. So here we go. We got second down. Guys are in the defensive lineman in the ninja look in a 3-point stance. And number 33, interception. Still on his feet, picking up a block by number 30. Touchdown saving tackle by Sally. That's 33. Rocky Vivarius or Sherman Gray. There are 2 number 33s. So sorry, gentlemen, but there's 2 of you on here. I'll read them out both. But 33 was stared down by McLeod. He kind of looked that way the whole time. At 33, took that ball and picked up a nice block from some of his teammates. Number 30 out in front of him. That was Arturo McClendon. And he almost went in the end zone there. Sally making the touchdown-saving tackle as Zversky brings the Alameda County Knight Raptors out. Number 10 coming in motion. He says, no, go back. He's looking to his right. And touchdown. Number 25. That's Johnson. This time he gets in the end zone and scores a touchdown. Prior to that, if you recall the last drive, he couldn't hold on to it when Frankie Martinez hit him, but he catches that ball from Svirsky. Touchdown. There is a penalty. It's going to be against the Heat. Svirsky with a nice throw. Nice route by Johnson, just finding that open area in between the corner and the safety. He just put the brakes on there. Svirsky hit him in stride. Not in stride, excuse me, hit him after he stopped. And they're going to go for 2 once again. 3 receivers top of your screen. Johnson down here at the bottom. They feel comfortable with that matchup. As you know, they've been going to Johnson. Number 6 in at running back. First, he looks to his left, throws that corner route. And did he hold on to it? It's good. Yes. The conversion is good. Excellent throw by Svirsky. And that route as well, the receiver still hasn't gotten up. I'm not sure who that was as he's still laying out. But that was a really good throw by Svirsky. And an excellent catch. Now, so we don't know what's going on over there. The receiver is still down. Not sure who it is because we can't see the number. I don't know if it was number 16. Either way, hope he's okay. That was a great catch, great throw. Got a little movement going over there. So the 2-point conversion is good. And we got that receiver is up. Helmet's off. Walking off on his own power. Not sure who he is yet, but nice catch by him over there. I believe he was the number 3 receiver. At the top of your screen, he ran that corner route. Or in numbers, we call that the 7 route. Getting that corner of that end zone. And you throw it towards the pylon. So I believe it was number 16 on the conversion, and I have 2 number 16s. That's either Lampley or Gillespie. So here we go with the kickoff. Going to happen. Night Raptors feeling pretty comfortable. Offensively, they're found that groove. They're doing pretty good. Wisversky, the quarterback. There's 9 minutes, 55 seconds left in the third quarter. The Night Raptors are leading 24-0 against the Central Valley Heat, and there was a penalty on that play, so it's assessed on the kickoff. And the kickoff is going to be from the 45-yard line of the Heat. He's almost kicking from the nose of the Viking there. As I mentioned, we're at Edison High School in Stockton, California. And number 0 set the kick out of the hold of number 20. I think he's going to try to kick this one through the uprights. And that's taken by Martinez, number 1, who had a big return last kickoff. And he's up and running. And he's hit hard. Number 3 was at the bottom of that pile. That's Hooks. No, excuse me. There's Norman Ortiz. There's 2 number 3s. Roger Hooks was also in on that tackle. That's number 1. So we're here in the third quarter. 9:47. 24-0. Night Raptors out of Alameda County, who call Monroe Catholic High School their home field in Hayward, California. Leading 24-0. Your Central Valley Heat. So we got Frankie Martinez in that quarterback now, number 1. And he bobbles a snap and whoa, taken down. Number 10. 2 number 10s, Harrison Hill. Not sure who that was. You have 2 of them there. Frankie Martinez now in at quarterback. Mentioned all the different things he does for the team. He is the leading receiver, second leading rusher, and he's now in at quarterback. So let's see what type of packages they try to run here with Frankie. Martinez surveying the field, 2 receivers to either side, and they're coming after him. And they get to him, but Frankie is elusive. He's still on his feet. And Frankie is taken down. That's number 26, I believe. 26 of Alameda. That's going to be Hale out of Oakland, California. Played his college football at Gavilan College. And let's see what happens here. It's going to be third down. And if you're playing defense here for Alameda, you're up 24-0. And we're in the third quarter. You're feeling pretty confident now. Kind of pin your ears back, get a good pass rush going. Now they're in that ninja look. And here comes the blitz by 33. I just mentioned that may happen. And 54 reaps the benefits. That's Damasco, Isaiah Damasco, or Oscar Bernal. I have two number 54s. But they brought the blitz. And Frankie was forced to scramble, and now he's back to punt. So Frankie's also going to punt this here, showing his athleticism. And there we go. Nice punt by Martinez. Johnson's back. He fields it at the 40, his own 40-yard line. He cuts back, cross midfield, got some blockers out in front of him. Johnson's still on his feet. Taken down by 21, Sally. Big return by Johnson. And that's going to be first down. So they're going to take over. Alameda takes over 1st and 10 from the Heat 21-yard line, I believe, is where this ball is going to be spotted. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. They're yelling that they need a D tackle. Not sure what's going on here, so they got a player. They were short a player, so they have a player. I'm referring to the Heat. And that's going to be first down, so bring up second down. As I mentioned, we don't have a yard marker. I'm sorry to keep mentioning that, but it's a little tough to try to narrate what's going on here without knowing what the downs are. We're doing the best we can here for you, Central Valley TV. So it's going to be second down. As Oliver Sversky has done a great job here. He's still looking to throw again, and he has open receiver. And he just missed him. Sversky's going to be mad at himself there. Still, you could, receiver might be like, I should have caught that. Sversky's going to be like, I could have put it on him a little bit better. So that ball was intended for number 18. Holland. Falls incomplete, so. Here we go with third down, I believe. First, you looking at the bottom of your screen there, Johnson, and he's been going to Johnson quite a bit. Now, the Heat are aware of that, and they have some help with the safety over the top, which means the top of your screen is going to be pretty much accessible. And, he was looking that way, and we had, I think that's number, let's see what that is. He batted the ball, slapped the ball out of his hands, number 66. Number 60 with an excellent job by the Heat. So number 60, that is Nicholas Garcia out of Enox High School in Modesto. Sversky was looking to throw the ball at the top of your screen, stepped out of the pocket a little bit, and Garcia stuck his hand out and batted that ball out. So, if you're joining us here in the third quarter. The Heat trail 24-0. It's Alameda County Knights. And there's a little bit of a discrepancy here with the scoreboard clock. And the referee's running in the clock on the field now. So, unbeknownst to us, that was the last play of the third quarter. So now we're entering the fourth and final quarter, 24-0 in favor of Alameda. So I believe this is 4th down. Versky comes out, 2 receivers to either side. Johnson, I believe, is at the bottom of your screen. Sincon with his teammates showing a cover 2 look here for, and they decided to pitch the ball out to the left. Running hard is number 6. Number 6, that is that's Deshaun Felder. And he's taking that by number 0, Sincon. And that was 4th down. So the defense holds, and the Heat will take over 1st and 10. Now we'll see if McLeod comes out at quarterback or if they stick with Martinez. Now we mentioned it's an adult developmental league, so guys play different spots. Not sure if McLeod was hurt or if Coach Rivera just said, "Hey, we're gonna go with a change at quarterback." I don't see McLeod in the huddle yet. I did see Frankie Martinez, number 1, go out there, so we'll see what's.
1st and 10, football.
So Martinez is at quarterback at number 1. Takes a snap, hands the ball to Sally. There's a big hole there. Bounces it outside. Number 29, Landry or Blyson, was setting the edge there, and he came down, and Sally bounced that out. So Sally picks up about 3 yards, 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd down for the Heat. Now, if you're the defense here, you got a different quarterback, and they've started to bring more pressure, playing a little bit looser, we'll say, a little bit more free to get after the quarterback as McLeod is not in at quarterback. It's Martinez, who is much more elusive, and Frankie's going to throw the ball here. Speaking of being elusive, he decides to keep it and run. A lot of blue shirts around them. That's number 14, who is not on our roster, has that sack. Number 14, no, not on our roster. He had the sack with the help of his teammates. They are getting DeFrankie, who, as I mentioned, is in for McLeod at quarterback. So Frankie at quarterback here, Martinez. He has 2 receivers to either side. 4-man rush. Now here comes the linebacker, 14, blitzing a little bit late. Martinez is going to keep it and run, and he picks up the 1st down and more. That's what Martinez can do for you out of the backfield at quarterback there. He's taken out of bounds by 84. That's Gray. He's out of San Leandro, California. Frankie picks up a big 1st down using his athleticism. Martinez looking over to his left. Obviously, he plays receiver, so he knows all the routes the receivers are going to run. He's looking up the top where he's got single coverage. He's looking to throw that way, and there it goes. Ew, ball's thrown, intended for number 18, I believe it is. 18 being Bowman. Falls incomplete. We saw that Frankie was looking that way, and he was probably thinking, if I was a receiver, I'd want the ball here in this situation. He's playing quarterback, so he knows the offense. And it's going to bring up 2nd down as the pass falls incomplete. Let me tell you, this Alameda defense is looking pretty good. They've looked good all night. A lot of blue jerseys around the football. And here they come again. As Frankie scrambles, He comes out, number 23 and number 3, along with a host of other Knight Raptors, making that tackle. I got 2 number 3s on the roster, and number 23 is Pfeiffer of Alameda. He comes out of Laney College. Coach Beam is the coach there, legendary guy. Been there at Laney for many years. Was at Skyline High School before that. And so one of his players, Javari Pfeiffer, there makes a nice play. So it's the Heat are looking about 2 yards to pick up a first down. And Martinez looking to his left. Watch out. Here comes number 0. Frankie escapes that. Number 0. Oh, my goodness. What an effort play by number 0. I have 2 number 0s here. It's either Murray or Burns. But initially, 0 missed the sack. And I mentioned that they're playing pretty free in regards to getting after the quarterback. He missed the sack. Didn't quit. Got back into the play. Came back and made that tackle. So here we go. Martinez going back to punt now as number 3. Either it's Norman or Keys awaiting this punt by Martinez. And they're going to block it. They're going to try. Here we go. Uh-oh. That's going to be recovered by the Heat, I believe. Now, Martinez punted the ball, and one of the Knight Raptors touched it, attempting to field it. And in doing so, I believe the ball came loose, and the Heat recovered it. That's kind of what I'm thinking happened. And they're talking about it now as the referees. And the white cap signals first down for the Heat.
Ref sorted that one out.
Yeah.
First down, Heat.
So the Heat got first down. So the offense is going to go back on the field. They're ready to go. See if Martinez is still at quarterback. As the score is 24-0 in favor of Alameda. And we're in the 4th quarter here from Edison High School in Stockton, California. You're watching Central Valley TV. Martinez in at quarterback as McLeod was at quarterback the first half. Martinez throws the ball out to his right. It's complete to Sally. Sally's the leading ground gainer for the Heat. He's out of Ceres, California, and he's had 2 big tackles, touchdown-saving tackles on some turnovers. I want to thank our sponsors who are bringing this game to you. We talked about Central Valley TV, who's been bringing you the Heat home games, and you could check out the first 2 games. They're archived on the YouTube channel. We want to thank Rough Road Adventures. That's veteran-owned. And also Dynamic Security. Daniel Villa Art Studio. We also want to thank Chef Omar for coming out and cooking out here for everybody. And all our volunteers that help make this event possible. So, Martinez at quarterback. 3 receivers bottom of your screen, and we got a penalty marker. And the referees are sorting this out here to see who the penalty is on. So it is against Alameda. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So here we go with that. All right, so that gives the Heat a first down. All right. So here we go. Martinez has two receivers to either side. Sally in the backfield. Watch out for 19 coming off the edge. He's picked up by, that's 44. Nice block by 44 as Frankie heaves the ball downfield into a crowd of defenders as well as receivers. Pass falls incomplete. I mentioned that Sally did a great job picking up the blitz there, but it was actually 44 John, who I mentioned was injured a little bit earlier in the game. He comes back in and he's helped out his offensive tackle pass protection there in regards to protecting his quarterback. So I believe there's about 3 minutes left here where I mentioned that the clock has been a little bit tricky here at Edison High School. And we're in the fourth quarter. It's 24-0. Martinez at quarterback takes the snap, hands the ball off to John. Picks up a nice block by number 3. And he's pushed out of bounds, and we got a penalty away from the football. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty, like unsportsmanlike against the Heat. So that's going to negate John's nice run and the nice block that he picked up that I mentioned by his teammate up at the top of your screen. Another costly penalty. These penalties could be avoided. So blocking below the knees. And that's 15 yards. It's going to negate that nice run by John. So it's going to pin the Heat back inside their own 20-yard line as we approach the end of the game here. We're at 2 minutes 52 seconds in the fourth quarter with the Heat trailing 24-0.
Once again, the Heat would like to thank their sponsors, Central Valley TV.
So Martinez comes out at quarterback once again. Number 20, Sway Adams in the backfield with him. Not sure how that's too many players on the field. Yeah, that's the call. They have 12. They had 5 receivers and a running back. Someone's got to come out. You can't break the huddle with 12. So that's going to back them up even more. So here we go. Martinez takes the snap. He has a lot of time back there. Going to roll out to his right. He's going to keep it. And he makes one miss. Initially, I believe that was number 81. Martinez made him miss tackle there. No, it was 84, excuse me. That's Gray. He missed the tackle initially. He's had some tackles early on in this game. I mentioned him before out of San Leandro. And Martinez keeps that. And he is short of the initial line of scrimmage prior to the penalty. Excuse me. So we are at 2 minutes, 4 seconds left in this game. 24-0 favor of Alameda. This is CFCA football, Adult Developmental League, with teams from the Bay Area down to Lancaster, Bakersfield, and also a team in Reno, Nevada, as Frankie Martinez punts this ball away. The ball rolls out of bounds. Alameda is going to take over. Let's see where the ball spot is rolled. So I believe it's going to be at about the 48-yard line of the Knight Raptors. So let's see. Let's see if the quarterback who I mentioned earlier is having a solid game. Swirsky, Oliver Swirsky out of San Francisco, Albany State. If he comes out and continues to operate the offense like he's been, they could put another 6 points on the board pretty quickly. So let's see what Coach Jones decides to do here. And Swirsky is not in at quarterback. We have number 18 who's coming in. That's Jakari Holland. Holland is thrown for 300 yards this year and a touchdown. And Holland decides to hand the ball off. So Holland is taken, as I mentioned, a lot of snaps. He's the team's leading passer coming into tonight's game. As I mentioned, Swirsky came in, and we weren't aware who he was, but we definitely know who he is now. So Holland is very comfortable running the offense. 1 minute, 50 seconds remain in the game. Alameda up 24-0. Holland surveying the field, pistol formation, 2 receivers either side, so he's going to change the play. He's got to hurry up on that play clock. And Holland's going to throw it. And he's going to be taken down, sacked. That's number 68, I believe. We'll get a bit. No, 98. Yeah, that's number 98 of the Heat. That's Joseph Hernandez out of Stockton, California, Village Oaks High School. So as they're sorting that out here, they're in the huddle. Now, we mentioned that the new quarterback's in, but he's really not the new quarterback because he's been the starter. And look for Johnson down here at the bottom of your screen. He's been a target early on. And there they go. They're looking at him, as I mentioned, and they complete the pass to him. So Johnson hauls in that pass from Holland. Big first down. As Alameda is going to try to score again before this game. Before the clock hits 0, there's a minute 35 left in this game, 24-0. Holland's operating the offense. Got some room up top of your screen. He looks down here at Johnson once again. Johnson's played a tremendous game today. I mentioned that prior, coming into tonight's game, he had 10 catches for 95 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he's had more than 10 targets tonight. So a minute 30, fourth quarter here, and Holland's coming in here just slinging it around the yard. He's like, we're not going to take our foot off the gas pedal here. We're going to try to score again. And he's looking over here down at the bottom of your screen. Little signal there he gave. And this time he goes to the top of this. Oh, we got an interception. I think that's Sincon in the end zone. He's going to bring it out. And he's tackled by number 3. Number 3, Norman Ortiz. Not sure. But that was he was on the tackle, and that's Dondre Sincon out of Bear Creek High School. He was tied for the team lead in interceptions, so now he has 2, and he's leading the team in interceptions now. So here come the Heat. Will take over on offense with a minute 21 left in the game.
Heat offense now. 1:21 to go in this football game.
Now we'll see if Martinez is at quarterback again. As we're sorting out here, the offense, getting ready here. We have, as I mentioned, we have a lot of guys playing both sides of the football and also special teams playing all three phases of the game. And we have a different quarterback. Started the game with McLeod. Now it's Martinez. And we're near the end of the game at 1:20 remaining. So here we go. As the ball is spotted and we're ready to go. And they're coming after. That's a direct snap. I believe that's 21 Sally. And man, that Alameda defense looks really, really good. They run very well to the ball. And then they get there with bad intentions. A couple times I did not mention, you'll notice that when they make a tackle, the second guy comes in, he's trying to strip that ball out. That's what they've been doing all night. So here we go. It's going to be second down. And that's a direct snap once again to, I believe that's Sally. And there's the swarm of blue. That's number 52, I believe, or 62. Defensive lineman. Who is not on our roster. Sorry about that. But this has been a great showing by the defense of Alameda. They run the ball well, play their spots, their responsibilities, communicate well with one another, rally to the ball. As I mentioned, they're very good tacklers. So the Heat on offense, new quarterback in, decides to keep it. I believe that was number 12, Hezekiah Dawson, who had a kick return last week for a touchdown. And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. So after 4 quarters of play here, the Alameda County Knight Raptors come to Stockton, California, and they beat the Central Valley Heat 24-0. Wanted to thank you for joining us this season, this being the third final home game that we bring you here for Central Valley Heat football. You could follow us on social media for the next game, and you could travel and keep supporting the Central Valley Heat and also the CFCA. We want to thank you once again. Our sponsors is Central Valley TV. We're bringing you this broadcast. Rough Road Adventures, Dynamic Security, Daniel Villa Art Studio, all the volunteers who come out and help out Central Valley Heat. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Central Valley TV. I'm your host, Carlos Franco. It's been a pleasure. Thanks a lot for supporting Central Valley Heat football. Good night, everybody.